I'm John, your favorite English teacher, and in this lesson, you're going to learn some very useful vocabulary for responsibility. First, we're going to learn nouns, then adjectives, then verbs. Nouns. Number one, supervisor. Things have been really stressful at work lately. What's going on? I keep making mistakes, and I don't know how to fix them. Have you tried talking to your supervisor? A person who manages at work. Examples. My supervisor gave me some really useful feedback after the meeting. If you're unsure about the task, ask your supervisor for guidance. She was promoted to supervisor after 3 years with the company. Number two, authority. Can I take Friday off next week? That sounds okay to me. Great. I'll put in the request. Make sure you get approved from the right authority first. A person or organization with the power to make decisions. Examples. You need to speak to the proper authority before making any changes. The local authority is responsible for maintaining the roads. He didn't have the authority to approve the budget on his own. Number three, breadwinner. Is your partner working at the moment? No, she's at home with the kids. That must be a lot of pressure for you. It is. Being the breadwinner is harder than I expected. The person in a family who earns the main income. Examples. After losing his job, he struggled with not being the breadwinner anymore. Many women today are the breadwinner in their household. Being the breadwinner puts a lot of financial pressure on a person. Number four, mentor. How did you get so good at your job so quickly? I was really lucky. What do you mean? I had an amazing mentor who guided me through everything. An experienced person who gives advice and support to someone less experienced. Examples. Finding a good mentor can make a huge difference in your career. She acted as a mentor to the new employees joining the team. His mentor encouraged him to apply for the promotion. Number five, administrator. Who do I speak to about changing my schedule? I'm not sure. It's a complicated process. Someone must be in charge of it. You'll need to contact the administrator in the office. A person who manages an organization. Examples. The administrator sent out the new schedule to all the staff. She worked as an administrator for a large healthcare company. The school administrator dealt with all the paperwork and scheduling. Number six, deadline. You look exhausted. Are you okay? Not really. I've been working late every night this week. Why? What's going on? I have a really important deadline tomorrow. The latest time or date by which something must be finished. Examples. Make sure you submit your report before the deadline. Missing a deadline can have serious consequences at work. She always works best under pressure when a deadline is approaching. Number 7, guidelines. I'm not sure how to handle this complaint from a customer. What kind of complaint is it? They're unhappy about the delivery time. Check the company guidelines. There should be a clear process to follow. Rules or advice about how to do something. Examples: the government issued new guidelines on workplace safety. Always follow the guidelines when handling sensitive information. The teacher gave the students clear guidelines for the assignment. Number 8, role. I heard the project isn't going so well. It's been chaotic from the start. Why do you think that is? Nobody has a clear role. It's really a mess. The position or function a person has in a particular situation. Examples: her role in the company changed after the restructuring. It's important to understand your role before a project begins. He plays a key role in keeping the team motivated. Number 9, workload. Have you had a chance to look at the new report yet? I haven't. I'm sorry. That's not like you. Is everything all right? I just have an enormous workload at the moment and I'm struggling to keep up. The amount of work a person has to do. Examples: the new manager helped distribute the workload more fairly. Her workload doubled after two colleagues left the company. It's important to manage your workload so you don't burn out. Number 10, burden. My mom has been unwell for a while now. I'm sorry to hear that. How are you coping? I'm trying my best, but it's a lot. Caring for a parent can be a real burden, especially on your own. Something that is difficult or stressful to deal with. Examples: the financial burden of raising children can be overwhelming. She felt the burden of responsibility after being put in charge. Sharing your problems can help lighten the burden. Number 11, repercussion. I can't believe he lied to the whole team like that. I know, it was completely wrong. What do you think will happen to him? There will definitely be repercussions. You can't behave like that and get away with it. An unpleasant result or consequence of an action. Examples: ignoring safety rules can have serious repercussions. He didn't think about the repercussions before making the decision. The repercussions of the data leak were felt across the whole company. Number 12, track record. Are you thinking of hiring that new candidate? I'm still undecided. What's holding you back? I want to see evidence of their track record before I make a decision. The achievements or failures someone has had in the past. Examples: the company has an excellent track record when it comes to customer service. Politicians are often judged on their track record in office. Her impressive track record made her the obvious choice for the role. Adjectives. Number 13, accountable. What happened with the missing funds? Nobody seems to know. That's unacceptable. Someone must know something. Exactly. Someone needs to be held accountable. Responsible for your actions and expected to explain them. Examples: leaders should be accountable to the people they serve. She held her team accountable for meeting their targets. In a healthy workplace, everyone is accountable for their own behavior. Number 14, reliable. I need someone to cover my shift on Saturday. What about asking Tom? I'm not sure. He doesn't really like to help. Fair point. You need someone reliable. Someone or something you can trust to do what they say. Examples: she's one of the most reliable people on the team. A reliable car is essential if you do a lot of driving for work. Clients keep coming back because our service is consistent and reliable. Number 15, dependable. I'm nervous about leaving the shop in someone else's hands. What about Jamie? Maybe. Do you think she can handle it? Absolutely. She's completely dependable. Able to be trusted and counted on. Examples: a good employee is someone who is hardworking and dependable. He's been a dependable member of the team for over 10 years. You need a dependable supplier when you're running a business. Number 16, diligent. How's the new intern working out? Really well, actually. That's great to hear. She's incredibly diligent. She always double checks everything before submitting. Working carefully and putting in consistent effort. Examples: he was diligent in his research, spending weeks checking every detail. Diligent students tend to perform better on exams. The team worked in a diligent and organized way to meet the deadline. Number 17, trustworthy. Should we give her access to the confidential files? I think so. Why not? Are you sure? It's sensitive information. Completely sure. She's one of the most trustworthy people I know. Reliable and honest. Someone who can be trusted. Examples: you need a trustworthy person to handle financial matters. Building a trustworthy reputation takes years of consistent behavior. Make sure you only share personal information with someone trustworthy. Number 18, liable. The customer is threatening to take legal action. What for? They slipped in our parking lot and hurt themselves. We could be liable for her injury. Legally responsible for something. Examples: the company was found liable for the damage caused by the product. If you sign the contract, you're liable for any cost involved. Employers are liable for the health and safety of their workers. Number 19, negligent. How did the accident happen? From what I understand, proper procedures weren't followed. So someone made a mistake? More than a mistake. The report described them as negligent. Failing to take proper care or do what is required. Examples: the doctor was found negligent for failing to diagnose the condition. Being negligent in your duties can have serious consequences. The landlord was negligent in maintaining the property. Number 20, proactive. I can't believe the problem got so bad before anyone noticed. I know, it could have been avoided. What should we do differently next time? We need to be more proactive and spot problems before they grow. Taking action before problems happen instead of reacting afterwards. Examples: a proactive approach to health means not waiting until you feel sick. She impressed her manager by being proactive and solving the issue early. Proactive communication in a team helps prevent misunderstandings. Number 21, self disciplined. How do you manage to work from home without getting distracted? It took a while to figure out, honestly. So, what's your secret? You have to be self disciplined and stick to a routine. Able to control your own behavior and stay focused. Examples: athletes have to be incredibly self disciplined to train every day. Working independently requires you to be self disciplined and organized. She became more self disciplined after setting clear daily goals. Number 22, principled. Why did he turn down the promotion? Because it would have meant working with that client. The one involved in the scandal? Yeah, he's very principled and didn't want to get involved. Having strong moral values and acting according to them. Examples: a principled leader earns the respect of their team. She made a principled decision to speak out, even though it was risky. He's known for being principled and never cutting corners. Verbs. Number 23, to fulfill. Is everything ready for the client visit? Almost. I just need to finish the last few things. Please make sure nothing is missed. Don't worry, I always fulfill my obligations. To complete something that is required or promised. Examples: she worked hard to fulfill her responsibilities as team leader. The company failed to fulfill its promises to the local community. It's important to fulfill your commitments even when things get difficult. Number 24, to bear responsibility for something. Who approved this decision? I think several people were involved. Well, someone needs to explain what happened. Ultimately, the manager has to bear responsibility for what went wrong. To accept that something is your duty or your fault. Examples: she was willing to bear responsibility for the team's performance. He refused to bear responsibility for a decision he wasn't involved in. As a parent, you bear responsibility for your child's well being. Number 25, to oversee. Who's in charge of the new building project? Don't know. It's a large operation. Yeah, I imagine it needs someone experienced. That's why they brought in a senior manager to oversee it, to watch over and manage a process or group of people. Examples: she was appointed to oversee the transition to the new system. The director oversees all operations across 3 departments. It's his job to oversee the quality of every product before it's shipped. Number 26, to be held accountable for something. Nothing ever seems to change around here. I know, people do what they want. There are no consequences for anything. That's because nobody is ever held accountable for their actions. To be required to explain and take responsibility for something. Examples: politicians should be held accountable for the promises they make. If the safety rules are broken, someone will be held accountable. It's important that leaders are held accountable for the decisions they make. Number 27, to comply with. I heard the restaurant got a fine last month. Yes, it was a big one, too. What did they do wrong? They failed to comply with the food hygiene regulations. To follow rules, laws, or instructions. Examples: all staff must comply with the company's code of conduct. The new building must comply with safety regulations before it opens. Drivers are expected to comply with speed limits at all times. Number 28, to neglect. The yard looks terrible. It's completely overgrown. I know, it's been like that for months. Does anybody take care of it? No, the landlord has completely neglected his duties. To fail to give proper care or attention to something. Examples: he neglected his health for years before finally seeing a doctor. Neglecting your responsibilities at work can lead to serious problems. The building had been neglected for so long that it became unsafe. Number 29, to answer for your actions. I can't believe he just walked away after causing all that damage. Yeah, it's unbelievable. We can't do anything about this? I'm sure he'll have to answer for his actions eventually. To explain or face consequences for something you did wrong. Examples: one day he'll have to answer for his actions in court. Leaders should be willing to answer for their actions in public. She finally had to answer for her actions when the truth came out. Congratulations! You just learned 29 useful vocabulary words for responsibility. Remember, if you want the PDF to this lesson, you should join my Patreon. Every Sunday, I release PDFs for some lessons that I give here on YouTube. And I also give private lessons on my website. Thank you, channel members, channel subscribers, and private students, and Patreon members. And see you in the next lesson.